Ladies and gentlemen, now for the official introduction. The fighter fight out of the blue corner is 15, stands 5'11". He fights out of Gracie Barra, Bradford and Bad Company, and hails from Bradford, Lucas Smith. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner is 15, stands 5'10". He fights out of the Unit MMA and hails from Rosso by way of Romania, Paul Big Boy Vlad. Your referee, Mr. Simon Stadnitsky.
Well, we are going to get this modified rules bout underway. Raul Vlad in the grey, taking on Lucas Smith in the black. Smith representing Gracie Barra, Bradford, and Vlad representing the unit, the home team here, if you will.
Absolutely, and whenever I see those Gracie Barra shorts, I start to wonder how long is it going to be before they're hunting for the takedown.
Modified rules bout here, Steve, due to the age of the competitors, so there will be no ground and pound to the head on the floor.
Both these young men, 15 years old, I'm happy for them not to take any unnecessary trauma to the head. But we're in on that clinch straight away, and you can see the Gracie Barra man looking to try and sneak onto the back there.
Yeah, good control from Vlad there, though.
He does look a strong young man for 15 years old.
Certainly does. I think I'll be giving him my lunch money in
Give him my
short
lunch
order.
money now, and I'd be teaching him. Looking to control.
It'll be interesting to see what Lucas Smith does here. You know, does he maybe try and jump guard? You know, without the risk of the ground and pound on the floor. Difficult for the top fighter to score a lot.
Yeah, looking for that hip throw, but now.
You know, when you're the shorter guy and you've got a taller opponent tied up like this, you can throw your man over the hip using the weight, using leverage.
Now we've got a role reversal here. As Lucas Smith is forcing Vlad up against the cage.
And again, you know, it's different from pro MMA, because in pro MMA there, the shorter fighter's going to bury his head in the pocket and use it to, you know, start launching the elbows in.
Yeah,
can't do that here under these modified rules.
Hey,
and as you saw there,
can't even ground and pound from here. He could not to the head. Can only work to the body.
well, yeah, Lucas Smith hit his man to the head there, and was stopped and warned by the referee. Of course, you know, it's instinct. I'm sure he's training to ground and pound.
Absolutely.
But you know, you would think he's doing that in bigger gloves, boxing gloves, perhaps at his age. So.
And you've got the Gracie Barra man now comfortably in
Setting up this head and arm choke. He's got the big squeeze, and he can finish this here from full mount.
And there's the tap.
No, that was just a little rabbit punch to the kidney.
Really? Oh well, yeah. He looks like he's still got it. It looked like a tap.
It certainly looked like a tap in motion. But the Gracie Barra man's got a very good chance of finishing this here. What he can do is step over to the right hand side, which he's trying to do now. But he needs to slide that knee out from underneath, or he's going to lose this top position now. You can get it from underneath as well. Very, very difficult though, but he's lost the choke now.
That's a good scramble though from Raul Vlad there. Good scramble. He was in a tough position there.
These are not your average 15-year-old, Steve.
No,
these guys are coming to fight here tonight.
We saw how strong in the clinch Lucas Smith was.
Yeah, very, very strong. And, you know, you would expect that from a guy coming out of any Gracie Barra gym. Those guys are aces on the ground. But Raul Vlad, you know, did not look like he was out of his comfort zone at all. And, you know, the fact that he survived some rough positions there. You know, traditionally you see that head and arm choke finish when the fighter steps to one side and puts the hips down to the mat. But if you've got a good squeeze on it, you can get it. If you've got good upper body strength, you can get it from the full mount position. So credit to Raul Vlad there for being able to hang tough.
Well, absolutely. As I said, from my position here, I saw that hand come up and I saw it hit I didn't see it close, so it looked like it was tight. It looked like it was a tap. The unit man not willing to capitulate in the first round. We'll see if the second round he poses a different set of questions to Lucas Smith. cage door closed. Here we go. Touch of gloves.
Vlad's corner. Lucas Smith's corner, telling the man not to back up. They want the man to stay in the middle, which tells me that they don't want the taller, heavier guy leaning on their guy in the cage and running the clock down. Of course, for some guys at least, a lot easier to take a guy down in the middle of the cage where they don't have the wall to back themselves up. Yeah, you get some guys who are just really well skilled at getting the takedowns off the cage or barreling the man into the cage and using the bounce to take them down. But for a lot of jiu-jitsu guys, they want to shoot that double leg in the center, or they want to be able to pull guard, and you want to do that in the center of the cage.
You had to look no further than Khabib for the perfect against the cage takedown. Man, that was his bread and butter all day. This round has stayed right in the center of the cage though, and Raul Vlad landing a couple of telling blows there.
Smith trying to wipe the bottom of his feet off there, and I think we do have it's a vinyl cage. It's a very tight vinyl cage though, so you do get a bit of slip sometimes on the vinyl cage that you don't get from the canvas.
Yeah. Was it Nicholas Dalby and showed us the joys of a slick?
You know, I genuinely could smell the blood in that fight. I can still kind of smell it to this day. Honestly, there was like a metallic smell in the air. And of course, Cage Warriors now uses a canvas instead of a vinyl.
Yeah.
And what a fight that was.
So look, now we've got the unit man, Raul Vlad, sitting in that's the closed half guard. Will he stand heavy, chest to chest? Is he going to look to try and drag that knee out?
Well, he's going to find it very tough because Smith's got that leg locked down, so it's very difficult for him to. It's not effectively triangling the leg, so it's very difficult for him to pull that knee through.
In that case, it's time to clamp down, sit up, and a la Randy Couture, unleash some hell. He's got him up against the cage. If he wants to lock down on this and posture up a little bit, I think he probably could.
Yeah, but you can only hit to the body.
Shoot! Chip away at the body.
Some of those knees to the body going that you love to do.
Oh, amen. And it's a very close fight now.
You know, perhaps a sense of frustration there from Raul Vlad that he wasn't able to pass that guard. But, look, that's what you're getting against the Gracie Barra guy, right? He could probably have kept him in that position for a long time. And you talk about jiu-jitsu matches, traditionally you're not talking about 3-minute rounds or 5-minute rounds. And obviously they call it cooking an opponent. So you can keep that guy locked in a position for a...
Well, it's a matter of millimeters, isn't it?
Exactly. We're not seeing that in MMA. Look, how our judges are scoring this in terms of what's being done. You potentially got to look at Raul Vlad in terms of aggression and cage control, which are the tertiary criteria, because there really wasn't a whole lot in it. Maybe our judges saw something to differentiate, perhaps on the feet earlier on, but if not, and especially in a situation like this where there's no ground and pound to the head, then you maybe are looking at who is the aggressor, and then eventually who's got the most octagon control.
Raul Vlad making the most of his top position then. He was chipping away at the body, chipping away at the thigh.
And you just see the referee there just wiping up, I guess probably some sweat there just from the cage. As you say, with the vinyl, especially as the night wears on, there's a bit of humidity in the air. That's something these guys are going to be wary of. Nice leg kick from Lucas Smith there.
I mean, he is a solidly
nice punches from Raul Vlad though. Raul Vlad using his length really, really well there to get those straight shots off. And that's what we're talking about when we talk about our judges looking for effective striking, the shots that snap the head back.
And he was wise there. He let Lucas Smith come in and throw that sort of the lazy left, and then here we go, Raul. in on the takedown. Yeah.
Raul's got to be confident here, you know. He's taking a man down where he doesn't have the weapons of ground and pound, and he's taking the guy from, you know, well-renowned grappling gym down. So he's going to be very confident that he can use his wrestling here to maintain this top position, and you know, maybe he's going to start even looking for a submission himself here from this top spot in the third round.
Stays heavy here and just chips away. Then it's all on the Gracie Barra Bradford man, Lucas Smith, to get himself up. Because in the judge's eyes, this is not a position he wants to be in.
And again, he's got that leg locked down, so it's going to be very difficult for Raul Vlad to pass out of this position. So does he start attacking the arm now? Maybe looking for the far side Americana, perhaps. You know, does he have these kind of techniques in his arsenal yet at just 15 years old? It's tough to say.
And locking the man down is fine, but it's also locking you down into that position. And right now, we've got Raul Vlad chipping away at the body.
You know, there used to be a notion that you couldn't win a fight from bottom position with strikes, which is, you know, way off now because you can. But you do that by cleaving the guy's head open with elbows, which these guys can't do, obviously.
And again, you see Lucas Smith looking to try and initiate the scramble, but stopped at every turn. And Raul Vlad is fighting this smart now.
Yeah, very smart. You know, he landed some very good strikes.
Knees to the body, baby.
There you go.
I'm a happy boy now. That's it.
Yeah, he landed some solid strikes on the feet early in this one, then got the takedown, and he's maintaining control. You know, he's going to win this round on that effective striking earlier on for me. And, you know, even if the judges didn't see that, well, he's been the aggressor in this position. He's controlled his opponent too.
And again, I mean, helped out a little bit by the fact that Lucas Smith has obviously wanted to keep it tight and close, but was unable to shift his opponent. Nice adjustments made by Raul Vlad in between the first and the second.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Lucas Smith looking very dangerous in that first round. You know, fair play to these guys stepping in at 15 years of age and into an MMA fight, albeit with modified rules. And I tell you what, Steve, a couple of years down the line, I wouldn't mind seeing these two guys run it back under either full amateur rules or whether they're both turned pro. Two very promising young talents.
Yeah, we got lots of time to wait for them to develop. Well, while we wait for Mr. Seth Khan to come in and make this official, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Proper Sports.
Fighters to the center of the cage, please. Fighters to the center of the cage.
DN4 Photography and Techie Fightwear.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 hard-fought rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. All 3 judges score this in favor of your winner. In the red corner, Raul, Big Boy Vlad. Please show your appreciation for Lucas Smith.